Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore, and today I will be explaining you what is Khara Drekkana or the 22nd Drekkana. In the previous class, I think it is video number 561, I have discussed about the 64th Navamsha. The Navamsha is 3 degrees 20 minutes, but here we are talking about a Drekkana. Drekkana is the third division of every sign. So every sign will have three divisions. That is, if I take a sign, it is 30 degrees each, and if I divide it by 3, it will be 10 degrees each. So, the Drakana will be like 10 degrees each. So, as we know, I'll do it a little fast because we have already discussed about this in my Drakana thing, that how to place the Drakana. Very clearly, Drakana falls in the first, fifth, and the ninth from itself for every sign. So, for example, if a planet is here, Venus, at let us say 13 degrees, so it is in the second Drakana, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So, it's in the second Drakana. So, Venus will be placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the second one. If it was in the first, it would have placed here itself in the Drakana. So, here it will be placed. So, when we write the Drakana, Venus will be placed here. So, just for information, how to plot Drakana. So, what is Khara Drekkana? So, if I take an ascendant, and if I take this ascendant as, let us say, at 23 degrees. So, 23 degrees. So, 23 degrees very clearly is in the third one, that is 20 degrees to 30 degrees. So, it is in between. So, this is the first, second, and the third. So, it's in the third Drekkana. So, third Drakana will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, it will fall in Libra. So, from Aquarius, the third Drakana of Aquarius will fall in Libra. So, what is this? This is the ascendant minded. So, it will fall in Libra. So, the Drakana will fall in Libra. So, the 22nd Drakana from the ascendant Drakana, not simply starting from somewhere, from the ascendant Drakana. So easier to count here. So 3 Drakanas for each sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have 3 sevens, 21. So we have 21 Drakanas here. But we should include the ascendant Drakana also. So that means if I include this, it will be 1, 4, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 and 10, 10 plus 3, 13, then 16, then we have 19, 19 plus 3, 22. So that means the third Drakana, that is between 20 degrees of Virgo to 30 degrees of Virgo, will be called as Khara Drekkana or the 22nd. What is the importance of this? Because when we spoke about the 64th Navamsha, we called it as Mrutyamsha or Mrutyamsha. Okay, there is nothing called as Mrutyu and Amsha. If you mix both the words, it will become Mrutyamsha. So when it is like this, that the 64th Navamsha is indicating severe difficulties or death-like situations when transit of Saturn is happening over it, or any tough planet is transiting. I will be talking about most of the transits of all other planets in reference to tough planets like Rahu, Ketu and all those things over the 64th Navamsha. The class will be separate. But we know that the 64th Navamsha is a tough one to deal with. So the same way, the 22nd Drakana is also to be very important, considered very with lot of importance. Why? Because the transit of a heavy planet over this drakana can be the cause for getting admitted to hospitals, going into ill health, falling ill. So it is, see, situations like suddenly falling ill or going into accidents or becoming immobile, all these things are very deadly in anybody's chart. We don't want anybody to go through all these tough things, but still, to understand when is the time that we should not travel, when is the time that we should be aware, when is the time that we should be cautious. So when there is a tough planet like Saturn, particularly because Saturn is Ayukaraka, that is the planet which gives longevity, and planets like Rahu and Ketu, which are transiting over the 22nd Drakana. For example, in this case, if Saturn is transiting over this place in the Khara Drekkana, if I put it here, if Saturn is transiting over this place, it will take a lot of time for it to transit. So, as we had discussed in the 64th Navamsha class, for 3 degrees and 20 minutes of one Navamsha, it takes around 3 months and 10 days. 3 months and 10 days. So, here it is 10 degrees. So, that is 2.5 years of Saturn divided by 3. So, you get a big number. So that is, if 2.5 years is around 30 months, divided by 3 is equal to 10 months. So 10 months of Saturn transit over the 22nd Drakana is to be considered a tough period. So it's as good as a year, and we need to be cautiously safe in this period. There are, if the 22nd Drakana is shared between, let us say, signs. So here the complication starts. If I am taking this as 23 degrees, I am taking the whole of 10 degrees, between 20 degrees to 30 degrees as a drakana. We can also take ascendant as the midpoint of a drakana, take 5 degrees on each side, make it a little more accurate, that is +5 and -5. So it will be 28 degrees and then 18 degrees. So that is, starting from 18 degrees till 28 degrees would be the drakana. That this is the split, which is very important. But here what will happen, it will be in the same Rashi. In this, it will be in the same Rashi. That is, it will be in the sign of Virgo. Starting from 18 degrees till 28 degrees will be in the sign of Virgo. What if I take another example? I'll take another example of the ascendant at 29 degrees. So I'll be taking 4 degrees, that is 5 degrees here. If I add, it will be 4 degrees into Scorpio and 24th degree of the sign of Libra. And this will result into, let us take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll be going here. So it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21. 21 plus 2. So it will be here. I think so, correct? Right? 7th and 8th house, correct. So it will be 24 degrees and 4 degrees. So it will be coming over, it will be split over 2 Rashis. So the Rashyadipatis, that is the sign lords of the 22nd Drakana, is very important. So if the 22nd Drakana sign is now split, you will have to understand that the sign over which the 64th Navamsha is placed. So let us say the 64th Navamsha is placed in this sign, not in this sign. Then we need to take Mercury. which is the Lord of Gemini, as the effective planet who is representing both the 22nd Drakana and the 64th Navamsha. Not only Venus. Venus is only representing 22nd Drakana, not the 64th Navamsha. So you need to go to that level. So when you are doing higher calculations, you need to take the ascendant as the midpoint of the Drakana, and we can also take for the 64th Navamsha as, within the 3 degrees, 3 degrees and 20 minutes, you can take, maybe the Lagna is somewhere here or here, you have to take the midpoint. So that accuracy we will have to do later. This has to be done in the advanced level, but still I'm just teaching it here so that you will be able to plot the 22nd Drakana and to understand it. So why is this important? Because it gives us a reference point as to when is a soft period or a weak period or a vulnerable period for a native. He might fall sick or suddenly he might go through some huge losses, and people might suddenly get into trouble. So this is a kind of analysis in which you can find the time of trouble with regard to health and also with regard to longevity. Thank you very much for today's class.